You're listening to the Hustled Up Podcast. We're Holly and Laura, besties since birth, cleaning business owners, multi-passionate doers, and founders of the Hustle Haven, a modern business education and networking collective built for fellow entrepreneurs who crave growth, support, and real connection. Now, we're your go-to girlies for the real side of entrepreneurship. We're covering wins, fails, and the messy middle. So come on in and let's talk branding, booking, burnout, and everything in between. If you're in serious need of tips, tea, total transformation, and that let's freaking go energy, you're in the right place. Grab your earbuds, turn up the volume, and let's hustle up. Hello, friends, followers, listeners, fellow hustlers, side gig goal getters, whoever is listening. Welcome back to the Hustled Up Podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Holly.
And my name is Laura.
And we are so excited. We're feeling definitely refreshed after a small hiatus. So thank you so much for your patience and for giving us a little bit of time to, I say R&R, but not really, because we were still hustling over here. Business was popping off and things were chaotic, as they always are. But we are still back. We're ready. The goals are set. We're here. We're ready to kick some booty in 2026. I hope you guys are feeling it too. So who would we be if we did not come back with your hype episode, right? We're going to be talking in about, right? Once the planner is in hand, you know.
Yeah. And we look how, if you are watching, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. But if you're watching, look at how freaking cute our planners are. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I love it.
So cute. And we both have the same sticker here, which says, may all your delulu come trululu.
Yes, that's my mantra for this year. So you already know we're going to be talking about some good ass shit in this episode, but more specifically, we are going to be talking about our words of the year. You guys know we love to lead every new year with this episode, talking about the words we chose this year. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what that word is. And if you're not, what are you doing? I don't know. But regardless, we don't gatekeep over here. We're going to share with you what our intentions are for the year, what our words are for the year. We're going to recap on last year's words. And low-key, I'm going to tell you about how my word was like one big manifestation of my life.
Yeah.
So we are super excited. If you want to, set your intentions for the year, set your goals, and just really get ready to kick some booty in the new year, keep on listening. If you own a home service business and you are struggling to juggle quotes, invoices, client reminders, communications across every single platform, the works, you need to stop what you're doing and listen to me right now. Jobber has been keeping my business running smooth for years. I swear by it, and I need to tell you all about it. From managing 11 technician schedules to invoicing to automated client reminders and so much more, Jobber makes my life easy. This CRM has allowed me to truly work on building my business while keeping everything organized instead of chasing down paperwork. And here's the best part. As an official Jobber brand partner, I know I am still freaking out over this myself. I have a code that is going to not only get you a 14-day free trial, but 20% off for 6 months. Just head on to go.getjobber.com/Holly. Again, that's go.getjobber.com/Holly to claim your savings. There are multiple plans to choose from that support a multitude of business sizes and budgets. So what are you waiting for? Get your business organized and get ready to scale with ease with Jobber. Again, that's go.getjobber.com/Holly. Do it today. You will not regret it. I promise.
Okay, we are back. And as promised, it is time to recap on our word of the year from last year and also tell you guys and spill the tea on what our word of the year is. And if you are listening and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? What is this word of the year? I'm going to tell you. So every year we pick a word. Now, this word is supposed to be sort of a manifestation, something you want to focus on, what your intentions are. So you have to be very intentional when you choose your word of the year. So let's talk a little bit about last year's words first and then dive into this year's. And we keep it real and raw here. My word of the year was prioritize. And as I've been saying, the only thing I prioritized was shoving a whole bunch of food down my throat. Like that was my prioritization. So I failed quite miserably because my intention behind prioritize was that I was going to prioritize the right things, prioritize my health and not, work, not prioritize just work. And this is, prioritize time with my family, prioritize time for relaxation. That was my intention behind it. And I failed. I had
You
no
well,
balance at
I
all.
wouldn't say you failed. It's just that, yes, your priorities went in a different direction. You did spend a lot of the year prioritizing the business.
Yeah.
And that wasn't your intention when you chose that word, which is why it wasn't properly aligned. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it was necessarily a fail.
Yeah, not a fail necessarily, but I was reflecting on this actually with Justin, my boyfriend, the other day, and I was saying that I'm really mad that I didn't prioritize properly because I didn't prioritize properly and then we still didn't have the business growth that we wanted.
Yeah.
So I feel as though if I had prioritized work and then we hit the goals, which we're going to talk about our goals too, if we hit all of the goals that I wanted, I'd feel a little bit better. But it almost feels like I know logically it's not a failure, but it almost feels like a failure because I'm like, okay, I prioritized the wrong things and then I still didn't really get the results I wanted. So that's where it kind of feels like a failure. But needless to say, I do feel really good about the word that I chose this year, but I will save that because I want you to recap your word too and how it was a giant manifestation and not what we wanted for the year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, first, I do want to say, I think our audience will appreciate you being vulnerable and saying that, like, not everything went the way we wanted it to go. It really didn't. Our growth was not as nearly as much. Well, I don't want to say not nearly, but like we obviously set out to achieve some big goals and we did not hit many of them.
No, but I think the growth that we did achieve, a lot of people on average would be like, that's great.
Yes.
But we set tremendous goals.
Yes. We're true like goal getters over here and overachievers, unfortunately. So but either way, like you are valid in feeling a little bummed about the fact that you did bust your ass and you didn't see the results you wanted. But that's okay. Like sometimes that just happens.
Right.
That is just like, it's the season you fall in. And unfortunately, Q4 last year was a sloppy season for our business, for our personal lives. Like it was just sloppy and we knew it was going to get sloppy, which is why we spoke about like lessening some of those, like shortening some of those goalposts, right? But we couldn't have anticipated like half the crap that went down. So it was off to a great start. The year was off to a good start. And then there were some hiccups along the way. And that's just the way of the game. Whether you're a business owner or not, shit just hits the fan sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's honestly something great about you just kind of being vulnerable about that. So going on my word. So if you guys listened to last year's, I was like practically in tears when I was talking about the year because 2024 was a mess. I feel like every time I choose a word, actually, it's low key a manifestation because in 2024, I chose the word bravery. And I had to be so brave because my year was so bad. Like 2024 was just a nightmare for me. I lost my two fur babies and I don't have children. They practically were my children. And so it was like, oh my God, I had to be brave to like get through the year without them. And especially the holiday season without both of them. It was like insane. So when I was talking about my word last year and what I was going to choose for 2025, I was like, I need to like rise up from this because, oh my gosh, what a shit year that was. So I chose the word ascend, right? To climb, to rise. And, I was like thinking like Phoenix vibes, like rising from the ashes, And it's not to say because Laura and I are in the same business. I also did not see the growth we wanted to see there, but there were a lot of things that happened this year that I feel were in a way us rising up. So for example, two things happened that personally that were really, really cool and that I got a puppy. And so she helped me rise in terms of just like my emotions and she helped me rise from the depression bubble
Is she your mental health cavapoo?
She is my little mental health cavapoo. Yeah. So that was huge. And then I got a new car. And I know this sounds like so silly, but I wanted this car. I wanted a new car. The car I was driving was old. It was a mess. It was falling apart. It was not giving what I needed it to give. And an opportunity came for me to get a new car. And I could not afford it. I was like, I'm not going to be able to afford this car. So then I literally said to Laura, I was like, we're giving ourselves a raise so that I can buy this car. Literally, I was like, I don't fucking care where this money is coming from. We will find it and we are giving ourselves a raise. And so we gave ourselves a raise and we have since had no issues with cash flow. There are other reasons why, like, obviously there are financial, like, as like, like not scares, but like financial, like,
Yeah.
but it had nothing to do with that raise. And that raise is the reason why I was able to buy a new car. And so that was huge. That was like a big deal for me. And then in the business, we say like we didn't hit some goals, and meaning like some client retention goals and some growth goals, revenue goals, all of these things. We didn't quite hit them, but we did achieve a ton this year. We got the new office, which is our brand new studio.
Yay!
Gorgeous. If you guys were listening to the episode about our word of the year last year, it was just the split screen of like us sitting in our office. Like there was no studio. So we have a brand new office with its own dedicated studio. I have my own office finally. It is the office of my dreams. It was literally like on my vision board and I brought it to life, which is super cool. And then we also, as you guys all know, delegated a ton by hiring our wonderful, wonderful growth coordinator, Sophia, who has been quite literally like saving my life.
Yeah, she's been such a blessing. Just
Like,
a blessing. That's
insane.
all I can. So I was talking, real quick side note, with I went to go visit my good friend Tracy, who we've had on the podcast before this weekend, and she always asks interesting questions. She was like, "How's your mental health right now?" And I was like, honestly, I feel like ever since delegating the sales, my mental health is a lot better, which is crazy because I didn't realize it was not great. But now I'm like, it's just such a burden that was weighing so heavy. And now I feel like that's helped. Just delegating that has helped my mental health so much.
Yeah, I agree, because it has helped us, or at least for me anyway, I'm a lot more detached from certain things than I used to be. And as the owners of the business, you're going to just take things more personally. There's going to be a greater attachment there. But now, instead of like having to be stressed about dealing with a client complaint, she's taking care of it. And honestly, there's like no sweat off her back. Like she is like,
oh no,
it's fine.
Unbothered queen.
If she doesn't know what to do, then obviously we'll get involved. But like overall, we are able to focus on a lot more of the things that we want to do, which again is why like this podcast, man, we gonna eat in 2026. You know what I'm saying?
Big goals.
But it's crazy because we actually grew a ton last year in terms of the podcast.
I know.
Like an actual crap ton. So just imagine what we can do now. But like the rise was there. Like she and Sophia helped me feel elevated in my role as an owner of the business, as opposed to just like a salesperson for you or the person who's just doing follow-up calls and dealing with complaints all the time. Like I'm able to feel more like the owner that I am meant to be. So it's pretty cool. Like I look back on it and I'm like, I think there was a little bit of ascension there, both like not just with like cool things I achieved, which is great, but also just mentally, like I just feel, I feel better. I feel better going into this year. I feel way better going into this year than I did last year. Granted, there's some stresses, there's some anxiety going on because we're like returning, like after the holidays, you kind of go into like hibernation for a bit, and then you have to like be a member of society again come like after New Year's.
I'm like, I gotta do work.
There's a little bit of anxiety there, like normal feeling, or at least I feel like they're normal feelings. So but there's no like, oh my god, like I can't believe what I went through last year and I need to, like, there really is none of that. There's a lot more hope this year, which is really, really nice. And I think that if I didn't ascend mentally and like emotionally, and like as a leader, I think that I would not be feeling the way that I do today.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely think that you really manifested both of those words for the better or worse. I really do.
I know. Like I'm
and
never choosing that again.
Right.
Like, shit.
And this office has definitely made the business ascend. I mean, we were having our quarterly meeting today, actually, when you're listening to this, and we wouldn't have been able to fit all those people in our old office. We manifested, we created the space to get more employees because there's no way we could fit 11 people
No.
in that office.
No.
11 techs plus us.
No.
There's just no way.
No.
No way.
Yeah. So I think it was pretty cool. And it felt chaotic at times, though. It did.
It did.
It felt chaotic a lot of the time, actually, because even with like delegating, we still had to like train Sophia. And then once that was good and that was delegated, then there was just shit going on in other areas of the business that we needed to like immediately tend to. And we're still dealing with to this day with the new office. I mean, we were here late nights every day for like a month and a half straight. I mean, we just didn't sleep that.
Oh, yeah, no.
time.
We're here like we're in a very, I think we've talked about this before. We're in a very booming area where there's like a bar club downstairs and a bunch of stuff. We were here painting and like jamming to the music because
they were like partying downstairs,
shaking downstairs, and I was like, "You want to just go downstairs and have a drink?"
At one point before we moved in, me, you, and Ashley were just laying on the floor in your office, like listening to the music and also like dying low key.
Yeah, because Ashley was here with us every day too, helping us paint and moving stuff, and it was just, and then also. The thing people don't realize is when time-consuming things like that happen, you're also running a business. So it's like you're doing all of the things.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's nuts. But I think we definitely, and I am ready. I feel good about this word I chose this year. And I want to be intentional because I do these things like set goals and manifest a word. And then I kind of set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to do. I want to be very intentional about coming back to these words. Wink. My word is intentional. If you haven't figured it out,
I was saying you have to let them know.
My word is intentional.
They're just gonna think you're a weirdo every time you say it now.
I have dropped the word like 18 times since this has started. But my word is intentional, and it is for many reasons. I did, cool trick, had ChatGPT, aka Chester, our bestie. That's what we named our ChatGPT. I had him help me. So if you need to dump all of your thoughts and your goals and whatnot into ChatGPT, he can actually help you. And he gave me a few, and I saw intentional, and I was like, that's it, that's my word. And the reason why is because kind of similar to prioritize, but with more intention, more purpose behind it, right? It's very similar, but I want to be intentional with everything in my life, with my time. Am I just working to do busy work, or am I actually doing needle moving tasks? Intentional with my health. Am I actually working on my health, or am I setting it as the last thing that I prioritize, which is literally so stupid? Am I being intentional with my money, or am I spending frivolously?
Yeah.
Right? It's
That's
so easy. Or like, am I intentional with what I say yes and what I say no to? My time. That's the hottest commodity. Am I intentional with my time and what I'm spending my time on? So that is why, and I really want to come back to that word and reflect on that word with every decision that I make, whether it's big or small.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like, and we didn't show them, and we do this every year, and I always make fun of Laura, but that's neither here nor there. So if
Mine's
you're
really
watching
ugly.
this, if you're watching this,
I don't want to share it.
You'll know that we always
so bad.
Oh God,
It's so bad. I don't even know if you can see it. So it's just this page. Ignore this page. It's this one.
So I just banged into my mic.
Don't put yours next to mine. It's gonna make it look uglier.
Sorry.
Let me see. You bitch.
So I like to decorate mine. I'm a crafty girl. Well, you're crafty too, but not paper crafty. I'm
not
paper crafty. And I'm not crafty in any other way. I'm paper crafty only. But regardless, you should write it down, whether it's just simply written or you do it pretty and you make it nice, pretty journaly.
I used different colors. I used green and black.
That's wonderful.
Look, I used green. Light green, dark green.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Okay, thank you.
So whether you do it her way or my way, it's important to write it down. And the reason is because then you can go back, and honestly, you should be revisiting your word every month, every quarter at least. But it's not only to just be like, okay, my word is this. Okay, I remember now. No, it's okay. How did I put this word into practice this month? How did I use it to guide me in my everyday decisions this month?
Mhm.
What did I achieve because I used this word as my guide? So you want to revisit it and do it with intention. I feel like that's just a common
Mhm.
theme here.
Mhm.
And and see how it is working for you, because if you set it and forget it, it's not going to do anything. So I think that it's really important to not just pick the word but use it, actually put it to practice and remember it. And I feel like, I know we're only like 5 days into the new year, but I mine is weighing heavy on my mind. Like, it is weighing so heavy on me lately, and I'm super excited. So I guess I can tell them
Yeah.
you already kind of saw it, but my word is steady. I've been patient and steadfast and steady. Anyway, so
Every time she says steady, we do that.
it's
Every
just,
single time.
if you haven't seen Encanto, children or not, because keep in mind, I don't have any, but that song is a banger.
Fire.
Absolute slap. Slap song. It slaps every time. Anyway, so moving on. I chose steady. And the reason is because, like I said, last year felt chaotic. I mean, with Ascend, there was just a lot happening. We delegated. We got a new office. I got a new car. I took on new bills. I got a new puppy, and forget it with that.
Oh my gosh, that alone would have been enough to make you not steady.
It was like, phew, she was a little bit of a whirlwind, and she's just now starting to like calm down. But whoa, she was crazy in the beginning.
Yeah. Monster Maple is what we call
Monster
her.
Maple.
She's Monster Maple.
Oh my gosh. It was like just wild. She was a little monster. She's finally starting to calm down. We're besties now. Everything's good. But I chose the word steady because I think that where I was a little like, does this word make sense? Right? Because, and I actually used Chester to like help me understand it. I knew I wanted this to be my word, but I was like, what does it actually mean? And he said something that I absolutely love. And it's that you're not stopping your growth by choosing this word. You are just choosing to move forward with purpose, to be present in every single moment, to slow the F down, to just live in every single moment, to unplug a little bit, to be a little bit more slow, to be a little bit more intentional with things, with your time. He did use that word on me too. And I was like, this is it. This is the word. It's not like I want to stop growing. It's not like I want to stop doing. It's not like I want to, just give up on things or anything like that. It's just that I want it to be at my pace and with purpose. So when I say steady, things that are going to be super important to me are a work-life balance. And people will tell you all different things about the work-life balance. And for me, it is important that I do not spend my life working.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on this business. Like, I'm okay to work on my personal social media. I'm okay to work on Hustle Haven stuff. Like, those are my passions. And I'm okay with that. But I cannot be working on like chores and more stuff at 8 o'clock. And I just can't. I don't want to. I'm okay with a slightly more steady growth if it means that I get to slow down and enjoy my life a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's something. Another thing for me is I feel like I am very, my brain is always going in a million directions at one time. And I want my brain to go steady. I want to slow down. I want to unplug. I don't want to constantly be like doom scrolling. I don't want to be constantly dealing with distractions and text messages and emails. Like, I just need to slow down and unplug and just do whatever is happening in that moment and enjoy it. Whether that means taking, which I think, and this kind of goes into some goals that I've set for myself, but new hobbies. I really want to make a sourdough starter. I feel like I might have spoken about this before on this podcast.
Probably.
And I just never did it. So like I'm in the research phase of my sourdough. It's so much freaking work though. I'm like, I don't know if I can do it, but we're going to say you have not because you try not. And so
Sure.
so we're going to try that. But just like other things too, like just making more time for other things, for new hobbies, for things that I love, for more dinner dates with my boyfriend, for more friendship time without me feeling guilty, and just giving myself permission to relax and to recharge and not feel guilty about it. And like just hang out with my dog on the couch. You know what I mean? Like, I want that. You know what I mean? So, I still want to grow, but it just, they say slow but steady wins the race. And so I am ready to win this race, but and the momentum, it needs to stay, and it needs to stay at the same pace, because sometimes we get this momentum and we're go 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 go, and then what happens? It fizzles out. And then you burn out. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel that. I want to be in like a steady season all year where I'm like, I'm doing this right. I'm getting everything on my to-do list done, but I'm not like forcing myself beyond what I am capable of, like mentally or physically.
Yeah. And I think that that also yields the best results.
Yeah.
Like it really does. Like fast growth is chaotic. It's expensive. It's crazy. We've experienced that.
Mhm.
Like anything done
Yeah.
fast is going to be done haphazardly,
Yeah.
which I feel like it is kind of time for us to play cleanup in a lot of
Yeah,
areas
it is.
and really just sit down and
It is.
focus on what's important.
Yeah. Because we let too many things happen at one time last year. And it was too much. And then things got sloppy. And we paid the consequences for that.
Yeah.
Like Laura said, we did not have the growth we wanted. Our attrition was higher than it had ever been. There was a lot of things that happened that we were not present for because we were too busy being pulled in a million directions and trying to go trying to do too much in one area or go too fast in a different area. And it did not work. So it's time to like slow down, really grow with intention, move forward with purpose, and just chill the fuck out. like honestly, just chill out. And so I'm really excited because I know that I'm still going to work super hard this year within my means. And I'm going to accomplish a ton. And I know we're going to accomplish a ton. And it's going to be better because we're going to accomplish more with less mess.
Yes.
Less mess,
Yes.
less chaos. It's going to be like a clean, steady movement forward. And I'm very, very excited for it.
Yeah. I also feel like if we actually put into practice these words, we are going to show up for our businesses as the best possible leader, boss, entrepreneur. Like we will show up better because we will be a better version of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like a chaotic, haphazard, unhealthy. I feel like I'm like spiraling. Like I feel like the Tasmanian devil where I'm just like, you know what I mean?
And you know what? When that happens, like when you let yourself get into that state where it's just like you're all over the place and because you're chasing things that are not, that maybe you don't need to be chasing right then and there, or you're just moving too fast or you're doing too much, like that's when you start to neglect other people in your life, other aspects of your life. Like Laura and I were eating out every day because we were going too fast. We had too much shit going on. So the easiest thing would be to order in Taco Bell or go get Taco Bell or whatever. And what does that lead to? Health neglect.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've had tomorrow's meeting is going to be all about how we have to hold ourselves accountable for not holding them accountable because they were neglected. And when they were getting complaints and when they were falling short of things, we didn't speak to them about it. Whose fault is it really?
Ours.
Yeah. Because we were too all over the place. So we are going to, I don't want to neglect anybody this year. I want to be more intentional this year. I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited to have given myself permission to dial it back, to like really, and this kind of goes with prioritize and intentional, but like really just be intentional with where I'm going, like what I'm doing, what I want to achieve this year, and not try to do everything at once. Cause a lot of people do that. They want to do this and do that and grow and get the office and and delegate and hire somebody new and all of these things. And then it leads to burnout. And I think that's why Q4 last year was a little bit of a hot mess for us. I mean, we achieved a lot of greatness, but I would love to be able to end this year feeling like, wow, we did good. Like we grew a lot, but I don't feel tired. I'm sure I'll feel tired, but like not feel exhausted and on the brink of death. That would be great.
Yeah. And I also want to say, because we're talking a lot about how we didn't hit our goals, right? I didn't hit really any of my personal goals and we only hit one business goal. We came close to other goals, but I think it's really important also, and we say this all the time, you have to celebrate the wins. You have to celebrate whether you hit one goal or 10, you have to celebrate them. And one goal that we mentioned, I don't know if we mentioned that this was a goal, a big goal for us was to get more help in the office. And as we mentioned, we got Sophia. We have Ashley now in the office 3 days a week. That is huge. Huge. So that was a really big goal that we were putting off for so long.
Yeah.
So long. And we hit that goal. So instead of focusing on all the negative and whatnot, it's really easy to just overlook that. But that's huge.
Yeah, it is.
We set out to do this and we did it.
Yeah, we did. And there was growth. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't what we wanted it to be, but there was growth. Like where we started last year versus where we ended in terms of every aspect is actually crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
there were so many wins, and then you kind of forget some of them. And luckily, like for example, Spotify Wrapped helped me remember even just these podcast wins that we had.
Yeah.
And so make sure you're measuring everything and and celebrate, even if it's a smaller win, like celebrate the progress that you've made.
You always want to remember the wins. And if you don't hit your goals, I also want to encourage you not to be scared to set those big, audacious goals next year, because we didn't hit some of them and we didn't say, oh, okay, well, we're not going to set big goals this year because we didn't hit them last year. No, we set big goals again. We did really think a lot harder about them if they're attainable. We did math to see what was actually possible based on what we did last year. So you always want to be realistic, but don't think that just because you didn't do something last year that it's too late. I'm a failure again. Don't use that language that I used in the beginning of this episode, because then you're not going to want to set those big goals. Instead, we reflected and we said, okay, what can we do? What can we achieve while also keeping our mental health, our personal goals, our words of the year in mind? And we set some really big goals again that I'm really excited about.
And now we have more help. So even though those goals are big, I can still go steady in achieving them.
Exactly. It all comes back to just delegate.
Delegate and
everything comes
and
back
systems
to.
and
Yes.
systems, which
Yes.
we're also working on. So
yeah, exactly. But I would love to share some more goals with you guys, which I think we're going to have to do another episode on, because I would love to share with you guys some of the goals that we didn't hit, how we reframed, and what goals we set for Q1. And share your goals with us, because we would love to hear your goals. You know where to find us on social media. Honestly, the quickest way to get in touch with us fast would be Instagram at HustleHaven LLC. Drop into the DMs, share your word of the year, share your goals. Maybe with your permission, we'll share them on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I would love to share your goals and your words of the year. Please, actually, please.
Yes.
Please. I'm going to post about this. About this. I want to hear your words of the year and why you set them.
Yes, and we will
and
share
we would
them.
love to share them. Yes.
Absolutely. We can do it anonymous. We can say your name, whatever you prefer.
Favorite.
If you want a little shout out, we'll say your name. I think that would be so fun. So please submit those fast, because I would love to do this next episode when we share our goals.
Yeah, we record again in like 2 days. So hurry up.
But in the meantime, as always, go look us up. All of the links will be listed in the show notes below. And until then, go write your goals and have a kick-ass week. We'll see you next time.
Bye.